Because seriously, I'm kind of getting fed up with people being so overly sensitive in society nowadays. Give you an example. People were utterly offended by the movie I Am Sam, and soccer moms were offended by a joke, by the quote-unquote full retard joke in the movie Tropic Thunder. And everybody was offended that Robert Downey Jr. was doing blackface. Okay, number one, the blackface was part of a spoof in the actual movie. It was a joke within a joke of the movie. Number two, the full retard joke wasn't meant to be utterly offensive. Okay? It wasn't meant to be that offensive. It was just a joke. It wasn't like they were saying that, doing like the whole drooling thing and whatnot. No, they weren't purposely trying to target autistic people or people that were mentally handicapped or had Down syndrome, whatever, on purpose. It wasn't meant to be hurtful. It was a comedy film, people. Get over it. I'm a mentally handicapped person, and I laughed my butt off at it. I thought it was funny. Because you know what? I Am Sam was crap. Because I get what Sean Penn was trying to do, but it was crap. Rain Man. Frickin', I've watched Rain Man. Dustin Hoffman's performance was funny. We are in a society basically where you can't make fun of anybody without some backlash. Oh, you make fun of a black person, the NAACP is, they just roll up in like news vans and stuff, and Jesse Jackson is outside of your house, speaking. Or you got like the gay and lesbian league, getting mad and throwing unicorns at people or whatever. It's getting out of control, basically, is what I'm saying. This whole false outrage over everything, because let's face facts, deep down, whether you're making fun of someone or not, you are basically including a group of people. I'm not saying that it's right. I don't condone it. But I'm just saying, by leaving a certain group out, then you are basically causing a taboo. You're basically causing something to where nobody can make fun of that group because, oh, it's wrong, it's uncalled for. Actually, I believe the opposite. If you leave a group out, then it's uncalled for, because I'm sorry. I'll admit, as an autistic person, I laugh whenever they make fun of autism. Because generally, when you're doing a comedy movie, it's meant to be funny. It's not meant to be offensive. It's meant to poke fun of it in a way that even the people that are actually of that group or minority can laugh at it. It's mind-boggling. It's genius. And yet people are still stupid. Now, getting back to my original point before I went off on that tangent for no reason. I think as someone who is autistic, I think what it boils down to is simply this. If you're someone who has Asperger's, and you're like a teen or you're an adult or anybody else, and you say that it's ruined your life, that you're sick of people talking to you like you're stupid and all that stuff, don't get me wrong, the talking down thing, I don't like it either. And I always have to, and I do get defensive, and I do correct people. And people kind of just are outraged because, I want to be treated with respect like any other person. But I just want to make sure to get in the instruction clip. Okay, if you feel that if I'm not following an instruction clearly, then there's these two wonderful tools, and they're ingenious. We use them every day. They're called a pen and a piece of paper. If you feel that I'm not going to remember something, then you take the pen, you go over to the paper over here, and you scribble it down. This is not rocket science. I'm sorry. It's not that hard. it cracks me up, you know, just how people try to perceive this stuff. And I always tell people, look, yes, I have ADD, yes, I don't always pay attention, but if you need me to do something, then tell me it. But if I'm unsure about something, if I'm unsure that I'm not going to remember something, then I will ask you to repeat it and I will write it down. This is not hard. But I think just for me in general, ever since autism was first discovered but wasn't really diagnosed, and then when it started coming up, and now we are basically in an age where autism is becoming a commonplace. There are tons of autistic people running around in the world, and some of them are embarrassed to come out. Why that is, I don't know. I think because they feel that they're going to be alienated or embarrassed or humiliated, and that's fine. I understand that. I come from that perspective. But facts are facts. People are going to find out sooner or later. That's why I'm doing this video series. Because I'm not ashamed of who I am, or even what I am. I actually embrace the fact of who I am. Now, does that mean that it has completely ruined my life? No, it hasn't completely ruined my life, but it does make socializing with people, it does make me, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, flirting or actually liking girls or any of that, or, you know, just being in a group and all that stuff, it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult. But you know what? The better part of valor when it comes to life is learning experiences and learning, you know, to grow as a person. And I think it's just very funny that when I talk to people that they're just so shocked that I have autism, they don't know it. But I'm completely oblivious to this, I guess, because to me it's like, why should it matter if I'm autistic or not? It's nothing special. It's nothing really unique. It's become commonplace. And even if it is unique, I don't view myself as being anything but actually normal. Because let me tell you something. Being imperfect is the opposite of being perfect. And if you don't know what I mean, being imperfect, being a flawed person, is what makes you perfect. So having Asperger's and not being considered normal, I'm actually quite normal because I have Asperger's, because I'm different from the, you know, standard run-of-the-mill grain of people. You know, and for those of you that are very confused, just take a moment to rewatch this part, and just let it sink into your mind, because it makes a lot of actual sense. It's one of those intellectual, pseudo-sophisticated type, philosophical type deals. But I think I'm going to end this video with almost kind of like an inspirational story. I was up in PA